This video will be another week of meals video. It's a pretty simple week since I still have a lot of leftovers, but I have some ideas to use up the leftovers in creative ways to make them a little bit more exciting. Levi saw me come in here and decided he wanted to join in on the video fun. You playing with your truck? Yeah.
Mama.
Levi. Today's Tuesday, and Tuesdays are usually the days that I go grocery shopping, so I like to get my meal plan done before Tuesday or on Tuesday before I go grocery shopping. Then I grocery shop and get ready to prep meals for the week. But I did a smaller grocery haul at Grocery Outlet on Saturday, just kind of a random grocery haul there. And I don't need to do a big Costco trip yet, so I'm gonna wait on that. My meal plan is based on our leftovers and just the things that we already have and the stuff that we got at Grocery Outlet the other day. And then hopefully we'll use up our leftovers this week, and then next week will be more of a real meal plan where I'm making new meals. About every other day is when I make new meals, because we do eat a lot of leftovers throughout the week, and the kids like to make their own dinners and stuff sometimes. My husband's work schedule is pretty varied, so we rarely will sit down and have a dinner together. So it really works out well for the kids to have a night where they just fend for themselves and make their own dinners, so that works for us. So like I mentioned last week, my dad has been in town for about a week. He just flew out today, actually. So last night he came over and we had takeout, and so that accounted for dinner yesterday. Mondays are typically my busiest days, where we have our homeschool community day. Charity now has her piano lessons on Mondays, which she's really loving. And so I don't plan to cook a meal on Mondays. I typically just rely on leftovers for that day, but it worked out that yesterday my dad wanted to do takeout and treat us to that. So that was a really nice dinner yesterday. Today I have on the meal plan just the leftover wild rice. We still have a lot of that because I made that on the same day that I made the twice baked potatoes, and most everyone opted for the twice baked potatoes because those are really good. Those were a hit. And so I still have a lot of wild rice soup in the fridge, and that needs to get used up. So that's going to be dinner tonight. And then for Wednesday, I put on the meal plan chili mac, but it's not really chili mac because I'm going to be using the black bean soup from last week. It's black bean soup with ham. And this is something that I like to do with soups really often. It works out really well with a lot of different kinds of soups to make leftovers into a pasta dish. So you'll see me doing that a little bit later on the video if you're interested in how that all goes together. But it's a really easy thing to do with lots of different kinds of soup. I will do it with like a potato ham cheese soup or a broccoli cheese soup, anything like that. If you have leftovers, it's really easy to make it into a pasta dish, and it kind of revitalizes the leftovers and makes it exciting again. On Thursday this week, the girls are going to their grandma's house, and so when they go to their grandma's house, I typically try to keep it a cooking-free day for the most part, as far as like cooking a meal for the family. It also ends up being my day where I get to film in peace at home, so I film a lot of videos that day. So because I'm filming videos, oftentimes there's cooking involved because I often will film cooking videos and different things like that. So there will probably be some cooking that day, and whatever I make will just end up being leftovers that we'll be able to eat over the weekend. But I don't have like a family dinner planned for that day. On Friday, I have down the ramen that I pulled over from last week's meal plan. I just threw that there on Friday, but I might make it Saturday or Sunday depending on when I get to it. But I didn't put any more meals besides the chicken ramen there for the weekend because I have a feeling I'll have enough leftovers from my cooking on Thursday for filming, and then any other leftovers, and then the chicken ramen. I think that'll be plenty. If I end up throwing in another meal for the week, I will definitely put that in this video. But that is what my meal plan is looking like for the week, and tonight is super simple, just the leftover wild rice soup. since I still have lots of the soup left, I made a big double batch, so I knew it was going to be a ton. I'm going to freeze a couple big portions here, and that'll be easy to pull out for like a dinner if I just don't get something done. One day I can just pull out a serving of soup, and then at least when my husband gets home from work, he'll have something, and then one of these would feed like 2 or 3 at least of my kids. So that'll be a good freezer meal just for another time. It's Wednesday and I'm getting started on dinner. I'm going to do the chili mac made with the leftover black bean and ham soup. I do have a recipe video for my chili mac that I will link up in the cards for anybody that's interested in that. My basic recipe or ingredient list is 3 to 4 cups of chili or soup, and then a pound of dry pasta with a little bit of salt, plus 3 cups of water. I have a lot of soup left, at least 8 cups, so I am going to do a double batch, and that'll give us lots of leftovers for like over the weekend. I don't have more meals planned to cook over the weekend, so having a little bit extra for that would be nice. So I'm using my Duo Evo Plus 8-quart Instant Pot. I can do 2 pounds of pasta in that. You might be able to do 2 pounds of pasta in the 6-quart. I haven't tried it, but I'd be worried that it might spray out the top. But I have done it in the 8-quart a couple of times and haven't had a problem. So that's what we're gonna do. This is such an easy recipe to throw together if you have leftover soup to use up. Just got my soup there, 2 pounds of pasta. I'll do probably a teaspoon of salt and then 6 cups of water since I'm doing a double recipe. Put in 1 teaspoon of salt because normally when you boil pasta, you put salt in the water, and since the pasta is going to be cooking in with the chili, you want to have a little bit of extra salt to make up for that. Since thick things like black beans and tomato products and stuff can scorch on the bottom of the Instant Pot, what I'm going to do with this recipe is just put the soup on top and not mix it in before I start it, and it'll mix in as it cooks, and then of course after it cooks I'll mix it all in, and that'll just help prevent the possibility of scorching. It's not like it's a guarantee that it's always going to scorch, but you just want to try to hedge your bets and get it as least likely as possible. So there's little tricks like that, layering the ingredients before you start, that can help just avoid the possibility. So I'm just pouring all the soup. This is a lot of soup, so this is going to be very, very, soupy pasta dish, but it'll be good. So I'm just going to leave it like that and lock my lid. Another good rule of thumb for cooking pasta in the Instant Pot is to cook it for half the amount of time that it says on the bag. On my bag here, it says 9 minutes, so I could probably get away with 4 minutes, but I typically do 5 minutes for penne pasta, so I'm gonna go ahead and do 5 minutes. Let's see, do they have a pasta one on here? No, there's no pasta preset, so whatever. Let's see. We'll go to 5 minutes, and I want to adjust the pressure to high and start. And when this is done, I'm going to definitely do a quick release. You don't want pasta sitting in the Instant Pot for any length of time after it's cooked, because it'll overcook and get mushy. It's going to still look really watery, but once you stir it, the pasta will absorb more liquid and it'll look more like a pasta dish here. As far as toppings, you can put anything on here that you would like, that you normally like on chili, like chopped onion or avocado, sour cream, of course, and shredded cheese, anything like that, cilantro. All delicious topping options. Renee, what are you eating?
Mac, and I like it.
You like it? How many thumbs up do you give it? 5?
Yep.
Well, that's pretty good. What do you like about it?
I like the taste about it.
The taste about it, yeah?
Yeah.
Good. Well, you enjoy your dinner, please. I wanted to show you real quick these bowls I found at Costco yesterday. I think they're so pretty, and there was a set of 10. One of the green ones is dirty right now, but there's 2 of each color, and I think they were on sale for $9.99 for the box of 10, which makes them about $1 a piece, which seemed like an incredible deal. They're stoneware, and let's see, they're dishwasher safe and microwave safe. They're just not oven safe, and they all have such pretty patterns on the outside and on the inside. And I just loved them. I got them specifically for making recipe videos to try to add some color and some design and flair to my videos. So hopefully you'll see those in upcoming videos. But I just thought they were so cute. So I don't know if they have them at all the different Costco's all over, but check it out if you are in the market for such a thing. So today's Friday, and I got my filming done yesterday that I mentioned before, and I made a ton of chicken strips. I made an entire Costco bag of chicken strips because I was testing out air frying them. One of the videos that I filmed probably will have already come out before this one, and then there'll be another one that'll come out after. So I'll put a link to that one up in the cards for you to check out. But I made a ton of chicken strips, so I have a whole big Tupperware container of those in the fridge for everyone to eat. I also still have some of the chili mac made with the black bean soup from the other night. I still even have a couple of servings of wild rice soup that I'm going to try to get everyone to eat this evening for dinner. So probably like dinner will be a little bowl of wild rice soup with some chicken strips tonight. And then tomorrow night I ended up agreeing to, or signing up to make dinner for a little get together that we're having. It's a small get together, but the kids will be staying home, so I'm gonna make enough food to leave some for them and then take some to the get together. And I had on my meal plan chicken ramen, but that's not a really great thing to take. It's not very transportable, not easily. And so I decided that I will switch things up and do some mac and cheese in the Instant Pot. And I'm gonna try to sprinkle it with cheese at the end and use my crisp lid and crisp it up a little bit. That'll be exciting. And then on the side, I'm gonna do some chicken thighs. I have boneless, skinless chicken thighs. I was thinking I'll probably roast them in the oven and get them nice and tender. I'm not sure how I'm gonna season them yet. I haven't decided all that, but I will get them all roasted up in the oven and then maybe cut them into slices, and so people can add them on top of the mac and cheese. Thought that sounded pretty good. So I do think I'm gonna have to push my chicken ramen back to another week. I pushed it back last week to this week, and I'm just not getting to it. So hopefully I will do that like at the beginning of next week. It's still possible I could do it on Sunday, but I think I'm still gonna have so many leftovers that it won't make sense to make a new meal. So you will probably see that recipe on my meal plan next week. But again, I do have a video on how I do it, so I will put that up in the cards so you can check that out. And then of course I will show you the mac and cheese and the chicken thighs that I make for tomorrow night, and I have a feeling that will be it for our week of meals. It's Saturday now, and it's only 2 in the afternoon, and so it's not time for dinner yet, but I'm going to go ahead and get these chicken thighs marinating. I'm just going to throw together a marinade. I'm not really going to measure, just going to use some avocado oil, some coconut aminos. I have this sriracha from the fridge that's been sitting in the fridge for a while, needs to be used up, so I'm going to throw some of that in. It has really good flavor, so I thought that might be good. Some salt, garlic powder, onion powder, and some pepper. I've got almost 8 pounds of chicken thighs here. I don't think I'm going to use them all. I'll probably use maybe 4 of the packs, and then I can throw these back in the freezer for another time. All right, adding a little bit of avocado oil. Coconut aminos. Let me shake this real quick. Kind of settles at the bottom. If you haven't had coconut aminos, they're really good. They're very sweet. sweeter than a soy sauce would be and less salty than a soy sauce would be. Otherwise, it's very similar to soy sauce and can be used in place of soy sauce if you know, are trying to avoid soy for any reason. But it tastes really good. Everybody loves it. A little more. This is a lot of chicken. Sriracha, not too much because I don't want it to be spicy. I just want some flavor. A good amount of salt, probably a couple teaspoons to a tablespoon maybe. Black pepper. Some onion powder. And garlic powder, and that should be pretty good. I actually am hungry for a late lunch, and so I'm gonna take a couple of these chicken thighs and cook them in my air fryer real fast, and that'll give me a good idea if the spices are good. I'm gonna try 400, well, I'll try 380 for 20 minutes and then see where we're at. I'll probably flip partway through. This is the 6-quart Instant Vortex air fryer, and I do have a unboxing video of this that I don't think you have seen yet, so look forward to that soon. Air fry, gonna go down to 180 and go up to 20 minutes. These have been going for 7 minutes, but they're smelling crispy. Woo! Nice. I'm gonna flip them over and do a few more minutes, but it doesn't look like they'll need much longer. It's been going about 5 more minutes, and I think I'm gonna call that good. Cooked faster than I thought, but I think I was thinking of a chicken cook time for bone-in chicken, which takes a lot longer to cook, so that looks pretty good. So it was 12 minutes total, 7 minutes, and then 5 minutes. Doesn't that look perfect? All right, I'm gonna taste this real quick to see how the spices are, if it needs anything. Super juicy. That is so good. That is definitely a winner. My new Instant Pot air fryer really does a good job. No complaints whatsoever on the new air fryer. I'm thinking since it cooked so fast in the air fryer, just 12 minutes, I might try to do batches of all of them in the air fryer instead of trying to do them in the oven. I'll think about that, but it just turned out so well here that I might just take advantage of the air fryer.
Is there enough chicken for me to have some?
You can have some. There's going to be more tonight too for dinner.
Yeah, but I'm super hungry right now.
Okay. Here, come and taste it. Come here. All right, Autumn's going to taste test it for me. Let me know what she thinks. You like it? Mm-hmm. Okay. Good. You think it would be good with mac and cheese?
Yes, I do.
Because anything would be good with mac and cheese?
Well, no, not everything.
Oh, okay.
But those would be good with mac and cheese.
Nice. So as I was editing this video, I realized it was going to be exceedingly long. So I decided to go ahead and break it up into 2 parts. And I will have the part 2 of this video go live on Thursday. But I'm going to go ahead and link the unlisted part 2 video right here at the end. So for those of you that have watched all the way to the end, you get to watch that in advance. Just click the link here on the end screen and you can see it before everybody else. Thanks for hanging out in the kitchen with me today, and I will see you in part 2.